So, all right. All right. Well, again, you're all welcome to stay for round 2 in a few moments. So
I think this is a good deal. I think the scouts are going to be behind it. So
we appreciate the support, Bruce, and yeah, trying to make it. So awesome. Adding
Perfect.
folks in. Okay. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining.
Kevin, thanks.
No
yeah,
problem.
thank you.
Very welcome. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate it. So awesome. Those just joining us, we are restarting at 6:30. Don't be afraid that you missed anything. So have a good night. Okay, there we go. We've hit the reset button officially. When we sent the reminder out, it showed 6 o'clock, not 6:30. So we got to start. We got to do one. I noticed it this afternoon, so we actually just did a round, and that's why we're already recording. We'll trim it out and just do one or the other. But we had six guests in the last one. So,
good.
Yeah. Laverna, good to see your name. Good to see you. Andy, I don't know which Andy you are, but it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here.
I'm Andy Jakes.
Oh, okay. And I'm glad you said that because I think I've mispronounced your last name. Jacqueus, right?
Be the first to mispronounce it.
Well, thanks for being here. All right, and we'll just kind of see. I've got 6:25, so we've got a few minutes. Maddie, when you sent the reminders out, was there a link there to either the web page or the sign-up document?
There was one to both.
Perfect. That was the only real comment we got. The first one's like, well, why don't we just send it out? And I'm like, I think we did. So great.
You did. Yep. It was included in, there was a sign-up link. There was a Zoom link. There was lots of links.
Something else that was asked that might be just an easy share down the road or easy just to have available for folks is the, let me know if I need to speak up, Laverna.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm picking on you.
No, I'm at a Cub Scout meeting and I wanted to make sure I wasn't too loud for them. So
You are good. You are good.
Okay.
No, Maddie, we might consider a document or just a quick link on the website that shows which Pizza Huts are engaged, explains the Subways, explains the Casey's, just kind of goes bit by bit.
Okay.
We're getting questions on it, so if that's
Okay.
easy to do it.
I have the Pizza Hut on my desktop at work, Kev, so we can get together tomorrow and put the Subways and the Casey's and all that stuff in there and get it up. Not a problem.
Super easy. Awesome.
Yep.
Mindy, welcome. Thanks for being here. my audio just went blank. I had been hearing Laverna's background.
I muted it.
Perfect.
I
Okay.
can hear you though, Kevin.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I just saw I saw that you weren't necessarily muted on in the app, and I just wanted to make sure I hadn't lost it on my end. It all got really quiet. Hey, Leroy. Welcome, sir. Again, I've got 6:29 standard scouting. I will probably wait till 6:32, 33. We really only have about 20 minutes of information to cover, so we may as well just give them a couple of minutes. I've actually got the next meeting, a whole completely separate meeting at 7, so we'll jump around.
Okay, Kevin, are you going to entertain us then for the next few minutes?
Actually, I was going to go double check. Interesting. I was going to go double check my screen shares to make sure that stuff was all good. And 1, 2, scroll up on that one, reset it. All right.
All right, there it is.
Hey there, sir. Good to see you, Roy. Or good to hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me, Roy?
Yes, sir. We can. Good to have you on.
Great. My wife's going to be here in just a second, so this is for her. I wished I could get my camera to work. I'll have to work on the camera thing. Yeah.
No worries.
Start
Not
video.
a big deal.
Start video. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Oh, look, there you go,
All
sir.
right, there it is. I knew I could do it. I just got signed up to this Zoom thing yesterday, finally, big time. So I got that right.
All right. We're glad you're here. Phil, sir, good to see you. Mandy, good to see you're on. Stacy, don't mind my voice today. I think Maddie.
Yep, I'll be getting with you.
Beautiful. All right, we're close.
Crazy day at work today.
Oh, you're good. And it's 6:31. We'll get another.
Still driving home.
Oh, gracious. Well, thanks for joining us. Be safe.
Sure.
Shameless plug, and then we'll get started. Well, I guess maybe another minute or two. But if anybody has any youth interested in a fishing venturing crew, it's going to be chartered by Cabela's in Wichita. So if anybody's got any 14 to 21-year-old male or female youth that would be interested in joining us, they are hoping to charter in the next 3 or 4 days, honestly. So
we are so close. We have like one more thing that we need and we are ready to go. So we are excited as can be. So we need one more. Actually, we got the youth, so I think we just need one thing.
yeah, it's funny to good timing, Mindy. We were just plugging the fishing crew. Oh, and
she's coming.
I think it's fine.
there's Derek. And because people are streaming in now, I may give it just another minute or two. Again, we've only got about 20 to 25 minutes of material here. So I am kind of assuming you've poked around a little bit on the leader's guide that have been sending the emails, that you're somewhat familiar with the idea. If I go too fast, feel free to throw something in the chat and we will address it.
A little bit closer, and I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can adjust it.
Okay.
Welcome, Derek. Welcome, Liz. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start. Maddie, are you going to be around the whole time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to switch you to host. Well,
I was gonna say, if you're gonna screen share, you got to keep the host.
okay.
I'm
So
happy to watch the chat for you and relay anything and take notes.
I just want to, as long as the participants pop up, I just don't want to leave anybody out in the cold. But we'll go and get started.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are very excited about this. After a less than stellar popcorn sale and a less than stellar 2020 in general, we know our scouts, our families are looking for an opportunity to maybe raise a little bit of money towards either scouting projects, scouting weekends, summer camp, etc. And we want to make that possible. So we found the most straightforward, simple fundraiser we could. We got some local vendors and partners to jump on board and support scouts, and we're going to make some things happen. So I'm just going to walk through the leader's guide, cover everything very basic. I don't want to waste anybody's time. If you've got questions, stop me. And yeah, that's what this is about. So here we go. I'm going to screen share. And the leader's guide. So you should all have had an opportunity to see this. Check this out. 2021 camp card, how it works. Again, it's designed to help scouts fund their way through 2021 programs. A question I've gotten a few times, we may as well clear it up. It does say down here, encouraged to be applied directly towards scouts for summer camp programs, etc., but it may be used as unit committees see fit. If you are working, one of the gentlemen in the last training, they're working on doing neckerchief slides. So each youth, instead of paying for them as families, each youth is being challenged to sell X number of cards, so they kind of earn them instead of, hooking them on mom and dad. So whatever works for your unit, it can be towards summer camp, it can be towards recharter, whatever's best for your unit. You can do an individual, every scout has their own account, like you might do with popcorn, or you can do this percentage of every sale goes to the unit and the rest goes to the youth, whatever works for you guys. Again, keeping it simple, completely risk-free. As a unit, you check out the card, you ask for your commitment form is basically committing to try to sell and checking out a set number of cards. We hope you sell as many as possible, but you are not on the hook for those cards, and you don't owe us for each of those cards. When the sale is completely finished, you turn in the council's portion of each card, which is half, $250, and you turn in any remaining cards. So you feel free, if you think your unit might sell 500 and you only sell 450, we're not going to hold those 50 against you. Turn them back into us and the money for the ones you sold, and we're good. All right, risk-free, each card. So again, they're selling for $5. We did some easy math. These cards are worth $35 to $40 a piece once they're bought. So if you use every single piece once, there are a couple break-offs, we'll go into that in a minute. But if you use every single piece of it only once, it's a $35 investment, $35, $40 opportunity. And again, each unit will receive 50%. With just the discount, just the tabs that break off, the card pays for itself. Timeline. We are looking at, it's December 16th. You're joining me for the training/frequently asked questions #1. We're gonna blast the leader's guide back out to everybody, and we're gonna push it at roundtable again. We're gonna do another training in mid-January just to catch anybody else. And we ask that you leave us, or you turn in your commitments as early as you can, as soon as you can. So we're initially going to reach out to our vendors and get 25,000 cards. That's 5 or 6 cards for every youth in the council, but we know some are going to go way above and beyond, and some units may not participate at all. That said, we want to make sure there are plenty out there for youth to sell. So if you feel your unit is going to go wild with this, definitely go strong early. And if you feel you need more, let us know ASAP so we can order more. Maddie, I was trying to remember. I was thinking it was 3 to 4 weeks turnaround and on the second order.
Yes, it is. As soon as we call Jamie, it is a 2 to 3 week lead time. So the faster you can tell us how much you want, the better off we are. And when you sign up on that commitment form, we do ask you how many you want to start the sale with. So if you want to go big, go ahead and go big, because that gives me a better idea of what to work with and if I need to increase my order size.
All right, perfect. Thank you. So,
Kevin?
yes.
Real quick, do you have currently any of these cards on hand?
No,
I'm
but
thinking I still have some Christmas cards to send.
Man, Andy, if we had known, if we had realized, next year we will. I promise next year we will. We just didn't realize, and we're still working on finalizing commitments with our vendors. Lesson learned, but we definitely will next year. That was just,
Okay.
But that's exactly it. I mean, stocking stuffers, one for every employee at work. It's simple and we're all winning. So great question. Great thought process there. So 2nd to 4th, if we're at Roundtable, we're going to bring them to Roundtable. If not, they'll be available at the council office. February 11th, we hope that you guys do some sort of a kickoff, something unit-wise, that something to get folks excited. We want to sell as many of these as possible, and we think, honestly, just letting the families know will be plenty. But the more enthusiastic, just like popcorn, the more enthusiastic you are, the more enthusiastic they're going to be. Let me double check participants to make sure. Yeah, nobody's waiting to get in. All right, so February 13th, Cam Card begins. On that, it's really, once the cards are in your hands, they're in your hands. The biggest thing with the February 13th is our vendors aren't expecting them till then. So we love and appreciate these folks for helping us out. They didn't have to do this. They're getting some sales, but they're not getting anything initially for being part of this. So let's try to respect them and not start until February 13th. Or let anybody we sell to know that don't use the cards prior to February 13th. Camp card sale ends on March 31st. The key piece with this is that the sale ends, but that doesn't mean you have to stop selling them. So like on April 9th, we are asking for you to turn in money and theoretically any unsold camp cards. That said, if your unit is sitting on 20 camp cards or one of the families is sitting on 10 camp cards, if they want to say, we're just going to pay you the $25 for these 10 camp cards, let us sell them and we'll just keep it, or same with the unit level, go for it. That is absolutely no problem. We want to sell them. We just at some point have to end it and get the money turned into council so it's not all just floating out there. On that same note, commission starts to drop as we get into April 16th and 23rd. And that is just, again, so the money gets into the council in a timely manner. Maddie, I see some stuff popping up on chat. Let me know if I need to address it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going.
Nope, you should be good.
All right. April 30th is a grand prize drawing. I'll go put more into that in a few minutes. As we scroll down, the value of selling camp cards. And again, this is simple stuff. And you guys all know where you're at and how hard it is for some families to make this happen. And honestly, how healthy it is for our youth to get a little bit of, skin in the game when it comes to making the sales and earning it and that sort of thing. Your day camps are going to cost $40, $50. That's 20 cards. Summer camp is closer to 100, 120 cards for, like your big Scouts BSA summer camp. But again, if that's something they can pull off and the youth can do, I know mom and dad will appreciate it. Definitely a worthwhile opportunity. And again, on every single one of these, they make $2.50. Something, again, as we've kind of got a smaller group here, depending on how the unit does it, if the unit does it in such a way that the money is just going to go into a Scout account and that family, that youth is going to get the full amount of that camp card, as a family, you may do something for the youth. I've told, as of right now, I think our unit is doing it where it just goes into the unit, into each person's camp card or, camp account or whatever. And in that scenario, for every one of these my son sells, I save $2.50. So I may do something where he himself earns 50 cents towards camping supplies on every one he sells. And if he sells 10 cards, he gets $5 towards some camping thing he wants. And I save $20 towards the summer camp. So he's learning to earn, he's learning to put the time in, and everybody's winning. So pushing that back off to the side. Camp cards at a glance. This is the fun part. Kudos to all of these businesses. Again, they're hopefully going to make some business off of this, but they didn't give anything to us initially to be part of this. We called them up, we threw the idea at them, and they jumped on board. Subway and Casey's, they're the two breakoffs, and actually, since we've got it, that's what the camp card looks like right there. The Subway and the Casey's are one-time use breakoffs. When you go use them, you tear it off the card, you hand it to them, and we use it one time. But it's pretty worthwhile. Again, you're paying the person who's supporting Scouts is paying $5 for the card, and if they use the Subway one, it's buy a sub and a drink and get a free 6-inch sub, which is easily worth the $5 there. Casey's is actually even better. Casey's is buy any large specialty pizza and receive a medium one topping free. Okay, I think that's a $10 value at Casey's. So again, it's only once, but it's a $5 card. It's not a bad deal. I could see our family personally using several of these. Hey, Jeremy, welcome, bud. Glad you're here. Do you mind muting?
Quit being so loud.
Okay. Jeremy, I went ahead and muted you. Feel free to throw something in the chat if we need to unmute you. Thanks for being here. All right. So that's Casey's and Subway. So everything else is multiple use. You can use it as often as you want to. So Pizza Hut is a large one topping pizza for $7.99. If you Google it right now, our local Pizza Huts, it's a $12.99 value. So that's saving $5 as often as you want to. All-Star Sports and All-Star Adventures, huge scouting ties, wonderful folks, love us. They're doing a buy one, get one free mini golf. North Rock Lanes is doing 2 hours of bowling for the price of one. Dunkin' Donuts, Jana, one of the owners, sat down and met with me. They're amazing. They're going to do one free donut every time you stop it and do anything else. So you go in and get a coffee, you get a donut. You can do it every day for all of 2021. Texas Roadhouse, it's a free appetizer with the purchase of 2 adult entrees. Again, that's a $7, $8, $9 value. And KFC is a 12-piece meal at the regular price, $5 off. So some parts that matter there. It's every Subway in Kansas. Game on. Every Casey's in Kansas. Pizza Huts, we've got a list of 30 plus. Maddie is going to get a link on the website probably tomorrow so you can look at them. It's all the metro ones and another 8 to 10 other regional ones, regional Pizza Huts. But if you know the franchise owner, if you happen to be in an area not covered and you know the franchise owner or the store manager, A, feel free to ask them yourself. B, feel free to reach out to me with that information, and I will call, send them an email, try to get them on board. And if they're willing to play ball, then we'll add them to the list and go for it. I've only done this on one case so far, but they were willing to work with us, and it's great. All-Star, it's just the 2. North Rock, it's just the 1. KFC, it is all of them in Wichita, plus Park City and Newton. So again, we did, especially with the Subways and Casey's, we tried to take care of all of our districts, all of our units. We did reach out to a lot of different franchises. Honestly, if it's a major burger chain, ice cream chain, coffee shop, oil and lube place, we probably reached out. If they're not on here, either they told us no, or they were too franchised out for us to capture enough of them to make this worthwhile. You know, you think about places like Brahms and the other ice cream places, DQ and such. You know, every franchise owner only owned 2 or 3, and we would need to get 30 stores involved to make it worthwhile. So, all right, jumping back to
Kevin, just jumping in. You guys, we really, like Kevin has said, we've really tried to get as large of a selection as we could. And we have done the math. If you use every offer once, this card is over a $35 value. So it pays for itself.
Awesome. Okay, so how do we make this happen? Start meeting with your committees now, please. For a lot of units, it's a no-brainer, but of course, you know, you've got to do things by committee. You've got to make sure everybody's on board. You don't want to overstep, so reach out, share this with them now. Let them know this is an opportunity. And then kind of figure, what are you going to do as a unit? You're already looking at the number of active scouts you've got based on Recharter. We're doing that right now anyways. Maybe set a goal for the scouts, maybe see if it's a fundraiser, for the unit or for the scouts individually, but set some goals, talk numbers, kind of get a feel for what you guys are comfortable with diving in with. And again, remember, you're not on the hook for anything initially. So don't go wild, but also, don't be afraid to order an extra 50, 100, whatever, on the chance that you're going to sell them. We would much rather have them to you ahead of time than run out. Again, as you talk to families, make sure they understand, why we do this and the opportunity of them kind of earning their way. And of course, the more excited we get, the more excited they get. So just like popcorn, if we make a big deal of this, if we have some fun with this, they're going to have fun too. And again, it's a no-brainer at 50%. And of course, you're going to still want a turn-in date for money and old sold cam cards prior to the April date of turning them into the council. So you want to kind of figure those dates in, work that into a standard PAC meeting, maybe the end of March PAC meeting, or den meetings, whatever's best for you guys. And again, just because we end the sale doesn't mean you have to stop selling. We just need the finances turned into the council. Unit sales incentives, the first one that we've already covered. The second piece, settle your account by April 9th and your unit sells a minimum of 250 camp cards and be in a drawing for a $200 Walmart gift card. We know it's not huge, but that's something that you could use as an incentive for your youth to turn around and raffle back off to them at, whoever sells X number or more, or you put it towards blue and gold. And now you're spending a little bit less of the unit. Scout sales incentives. So this is kind of fun. We tried to do something to give, the scouts that much more of a pat on the back for selling and for getting out there and making it happen. So what we're doing is, as a council, we're going to raffle off one $25 Walmart gift card every week. And that, now kind of follow along here and stop me for questions. That is based on the number of camp cards they sell that week. And it's for every 25 camp cards that they sell, they're in the raffle or the drawing one time. And that's going to be based on information you as leaders give us. And I'll explain that in a moment. But so who can I take on? Who's here? So Scout Laverna, Little Cub Scout Laverna, sells 75 cards in the first week. She's in the drawing the first week 3 times. She sells 0 camp cards the second week, and she's in the second drawing 0 times. All right. And the thing is, because this is all us and we're keeping it simple, we're going to rely on you as unit leaders to let us know this information. As you can imagine, your district executives, your field staff can't reach out to every single unit every single week and ask you how many each person sold. Just like you as unit leaders can't reach out to every single family every week and ask how many they sold. So I would suggest either an email or a Facebook post, Sunday at noon, saying, please reply here with how many cards your son or daughter sold this week. And then whatever you've got by the end of that day, you fill us in. And so what we're going to do to make that possible for you as leaders is, when you do your commitment form, and again, that is as easy as go to the Quiver Council website, and actually let's back up just to show you how simple it is. This is the front page. All right, you click on camp card sale. There it is. There's some information. You click on sign up. You're there. 2 clicks. You put in your information, and at the bottom, you choose file, and you upload a file of the youth that are going to sell. We'll throw them into a Google Doc, and we'll send you an email with an access to that Google Doc. And then every Sunday at whatever time, it'll be in the email you get, we fill in that Google Doc with your sellers. A scout is honest. By that time, every Sunday, and then the following Monday, we'll do the drawing, and then it'll reset for the next week's sale. So if somebody doesn't even get on board until week 3 and they sell 100, they're in that 4th one 4 times. Does that make sense before we move on? Any questions?
Kevin, the file that we're supposed to upload of the youth that are attending, is there a specific format for that? Like first name and last name together?
That is a beautiful question. Maddie, do you know the answer to that question?
It doesn't matter, because I'm going to put it into an Excel sheet. So if you have it in Excel and you can do first name, last name in 2 different cells, that would be wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Maddie, this is Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Come February, when our crossovers come, can they be added to the troops list?
Yes, Phil, in that case, if you have crossovers that are going to sell, just email them to me and just put in the subject line that these are crossovers that are going to join the camp card sale.
Okay.
That way I don't have double commitments from you on the website.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Any other questions on that?
And just so you're aware, that Google link for once you send me that file with who's all going to sell cards, I will put that into the Google file. When you fill out your commitment form, on your commitment form, I ask you for your unit camp card person. That is the person that I'm going to send the link to. So they will be the one that gets to update that. And what we're doing there is we're just trying to reduce A, the amount of paperwork that comes through the office so you don't have to make special trips, and B, limiting the access to that list so that we can keep it as simple and as clean as possible.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you for that.
So let me clarify something, Kevin, real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Phil brought up a good point with crossover happens in between, so that if scouts are going from pack to the troop, the pack is going to probably put the commitment on their form for the number of cards, most likely. And then if they go to the troop and they take those cards with them, do they just make sure that they give them back to the pack?
That's going to be a unit by unit, but I would say yes. I would say either they stay self-contained in the pack at that point and just say, finish that relationship piece there, and and close out that, and then the units can talk between themselves and move funds over, because they'd probably be doing that anyways with crossover. There may be popcorn money to be moved anyways. So,
and Mindy, on that, I think it might have been Phil that brought this up at the last meeting. If you have someone that wants to do it as a unit, as a whole for the pack and the troop, I did make that form capable of selecting both the pack and the troop, so you only have to upload one list, and then I just know who to contact as a whole. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, that is totally possible.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to determine, because we do ours a little differently, our funds. So we don't do individual scout accounts. So
okay. Yeah. So if you have someone that you want to put in charge of it as a whole for both the pack and the troop, that is possible, and you can upload one file or multiple files. But in that kind of situation, I'll put you all on the same page. That way you don't have to go to multiple tabs to find everyone.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
all right, back to the shared screen. This is just an example of the camp card commitment form. You just saw that on the website. Unit camp card receipt, just so you know what you'll be looking at when we check them out to you. And again, we're just checking them out. Initially, there's no money up front. We're just giving you cards, giving you, I don't know, I was going to say a high five, but it's COVID, so hopefully a high five by then. And wishing you the best of luck. And then you'll bring them back to us April 9th.
And Kevin, jumping in real fast on that, on the checkout form, sorry. For those of you that are out of the metro, if you are in Pawnee, Kansas, Osage, I will check out amount of camp cards to your DE so that you do not have to make a special trip to the council office. So if you need camp cards and you're in Pawnee, you can call Leroy and meet up with him at Walmart or the ball game or wherever you may be, and pick those up. So don't worry about making a special trip to the office. You can work with your DE if you are out of the metro to get those cards.
Awesome. And the other piece, we just as an example for you guys, or if you want to use them as units, as a Scouts camp card receipt, just to make your lives a little easier, between you and your Scouts. We also had just an example tracking sheet, if that makes your life easier. It may be easier for you to build something in Excel for your own unit, but we figured we'd send something out there just so you had a place to start. So really, that's a lot of it. I shared the card. You all got to see that. We went to the website. I'll make a note. Mandy 726. Awesome. So yeah, this is great. Phil, thank you. That's an awesome commitment. And really at this point, if everybody wouldn't mind championing this, you know, if you're a troop and your pack isn't talking about it, get it on their radar. If you're a pack and your troop isn't talking about it, get it on their radar. This is incredible. Again, this is such an easy fundraiser at $5. Everybody's got $5, and it should be an easy one. I wish, Andy mentioned earlier, I wish we had him before Christmas, but we'll do it next year. So yeah, any other questions? I do have a secondary meeting to jump on, but it started in being hosted by someone else. I noticed, it's funny, a couple of folks that are in that one as well have already jumped off. Any questions?
Hey, yeah, just real quick, when are the card commitment forms due?
Deadline for, looks like February 1st.
Okay.
So the sooner, like, and that can be amended, like Phil literally just amended his just now. So that can be amended so if you want to put in an initial one and then grow it, we can fix it. But the sooner you guys commit, the easier it'll be for us to confidently order more cards. You know, because if we ordered 25,000, but if we have 10 more units that need 2,000 each, then we're gonna need to order some cards. And with a 2 to 3 week turnaround time, the sooner we can know that commitment level, the better. And again, between the two trainings, we've had about 15, 16 people, which isn't bad. But that's a lot of folks out there that still maybe haven't heard about this. So feel free to share it. Feel free to put it on, feel free to put it on Facebook pages, things like that. Maddie, I was just thinking we need to put it on the popcorn page, make sure people that follow, because I mean, those
Sorry, Kev, you cut out.
we just need to put it on our Career Council popcorn page because all of those colonels are paying attention. So that's a great one. So, all right.
And please, you know, like Kevin has said, share this. I have gotten some people that seem to think this is only for the troop. This is for your troop. This is for your pack. This is for your crew, or your ship if you're a ship. You guys, anyone can do this, and it's a great, great way to raise some money to go to camp. And you're not going to find a fundraiser where someone splits the profit with you 50-50 very often.
Awesome. Well, Maddie, we just had Reagan join us, but I'm going to have to jump to the other meeting. Maddie, if you don't mind continuing to field questions, I know Stuart's on here now too. I am going to pass you hosting duties and jump from one Zoom to the next. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for all you do for your units. Thank you for continuing to scout through all this craziness. Have a Merry Christmas and bless you all. And I hope you know I mean it because, yeah, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
See ya, Kevin.
Hey, Reagan, can you hear me? This is Mindy.
Yeah.
Hey, I will fill you in on everything. So
Thank you. I just